na Grace several anonyally Eden God's next tip or onine or just in God's forgive Jesus.
Okay, guys, like, subscribe and share, right? Thank you. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.
Ekene Maria Egyptian na Gracia o several anonyally Eden God's next tip or onine or just in God's forgive Jesus. Maria de son Okwe melaro Ekene Maria Egyptian na Gracia o several anonyally Eden God's next tip or onine or just in God's forgive Jesus. Maria de son Yabalanya yo onne nke Chukwu ja so ayo Aina yogi Chukwu kirinye Gracia imobi ayi karibundi anja kutelusioma wemali wela Kristi mwali sina afia nubia webata no stona mbite na hoya stena Kristi diwe na amini amen. Otito dere na nwa na monso eto diniza nakitale bonine webebe amen. Otito dere na nwa na monso eto diniza nakitale bonine webebe amen. Otito dere na nwa na monso eto diniza nakitale bonine webebe amen. Kabulo bindini ne kwere no galaga sele kwere nke Chukwu azrike na ndokwa kabulo bifazrike na ndokwa amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ ka Chineke dị ike n'ime gọzie ụnụ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ
amen.
Ekpere abịala gị site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwosu Mmaduka Close Umuru Nnobi 081 49 82 82 54.
Listen to news updates on Adamawa 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Adamawa FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Welcome to Adamawa 103.5 FM News Update. Today, Tuesday, the 18th day of April 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifanshuku AKZ is my name. The headlines. Soludo gives 2 million naira to Anambra couple with quintuplets. Reps 5-year compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes. INEC reacts to reports claiming results from IRF portal shows P2B defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State Monday. Lagos Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. 2 arrested, setting up Chinese secret police station in New York. Now, details. Soludo gives 2 million naira to Anambra couple with quintuplets. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, said he had approved the sum of 2 million naira for the couple who gave birth to a set of quintuplets in Oka. This was disclosed by the State's Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Ife Obinabo, in her office on Monday. Obinabo noted that the support came after the couple based in Onitsha, Mr. and Mrs. Tochukwu Amechi, delivered a set of quintuplets at Life International Hospital in Oka. She added that the money, which was currently being processed by the ministry, was a token for the well-being of the quintuplets. 3 males and 2 females who were delivered on March 29, 2023. She said the support will be sent to the family immediately after the ministry was done processing it. In an interview, the mother, Chidimma Amechi, told newsmen about her journey to the delivery of her quintuplets and the mixed feelings and challenges thereafter. She narrated how she prayed for a set of twins, but God gave her 5 babies. After waiting for 9 years for children, I started praying to God for twins or miracle babies that would shock the world after the long awaited years, but I did not expect that they would be up to 5. In all of these, I still give God the glory because He alone can do it. Although it is not easy to cater to 5 children at the same time, but we are looking unto God and well spirited individuals to come to our rescue, she told newsmen. Reps 5-year compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. People's Democratic Party PDP chieftain and former Delta State gubernatorial aspirant Chief Sonny Onoseke has described the proposed 5 years of compulsory service for medical doctors in Nigeria as discriminatory and undemocratic. How would government enforce that? Any doctor who feels that he is not satisfied with his service condition is free to go anywhere. Why and how will he be tied down if conditions of service are not improved? He queried. Recall that the Nigerian House of Representatives recently passed a measures bill aimed at addressing the country's medical personnel shortage. The proposed legislation requires doctors trained in Nigeria to practice within the country for a minimum of 5 years before being granted a license to practice. Onusoke, who condemned the proposed bill while addressing newsmen on arrival at Asaba International Airport, Asaba, Delta State, from Lagos, wondered why members of the House of Representatives should focus on medical doctors when Nigerians across all professions are fleeing the country in droves to seek greener pastures elsewhere because of the decline of the nation's economy. He argued that the proposed bill is undemocratic because it infringes on medical personnel's freedom of movement to seek good means of economical livelihood in other parts of the world after spending years and finance to acquire the profession. According to him, policymakers who go for medical trips overseas are now telling doctors who suffered and were trained by their parents on where to work. Do you dictate to me where to work after my studies? If it is easy, why do their children not become medical doctors? Onoseke disclosed that policymakers must balance the desire to retain medical professionals in the country with the need to encourage individuals to pursue medical training by not only providing good medical infrastructures in the hospitals, but equally providing encouraging welfare packages in order to retain their services. According to him, medical students in Nigeria may be deterred from pursuing medical training if they know that they will be required to practice in Nigeria for a minimum of 5 years before being granted a license to practice abroad. He stated. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes. Barely 1 month after the reintroduction of old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes, some residents of Anambra have decried the unavailability of the new notes in many banks in the state. Some of them told newsmen in Oka on Monday that they hardly complete transactions with new naira notes because they were not available. This is even after the old currencies had been mopped up from circulation by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and unavailable for use by citizens for about 2 months before they were officially pumped into the system on December 15, 2022. The resident said it was surprising that they had to return to and rely on the reintroduced old notes because the new notes which were to replace them were not in circulation. News correspondents who monitored the situation reports that cash transactions were largely done with old notes. James Neto said that he had not been able to withdraw as low as 5,000 naira new notes from any bank but had regularly been paid in old notes since banks resumed dispersing them. Mr. Neto said he had noticed sudden disappearance of the new notes following the reintroduction of the new notes in March. According to him, we are back to our normal lives. Thank God for the return of the old notes. Apart from what I use old notes to buy new ones, and when I paid high charges to get them, I have not seen them again. Even the banks are not issuing them. The CBN is not prepared for the policy because there is nothing that suggests that they were ready to replace the old currency notes with new ones, he said. On his part, Osita Obi, convener of Recovery Nigeria Project (RMP), a civil society group, said the country's economy would have grinded to a halt if the old currency notes were not returned to circulation. Obi, who said the ratio of new notes to old ones in circulation was around 25 to 75, regretted that in spite of the assurances of the CBN that it had printed sufficient quantity of the redesigned notes, Nigerians could not use them freely 5 months after. According to him, CBN is not ready. They have a lot of explanations to make to Nigerians. Government should not be taking citizens for a ride, he said. INEC reacts to reports claiming results from IREF portal shows P2B defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State. A new publication in its finding disclosed P2B of Labour Party won the February 25th presidential election in Rivers State and not Bola Tinubu of the APC. The news publication noted further that Tinubu was illegally declared as president-elect by the electoral umpire, reacting to the development. The chief press secretary to the INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyakemi, said since the matter is pending in court, no one should comment on it. INEC says a report that claimed P2B won the presidential 2023 poll in Rivers and not Bola Tinubu was prejudicial. In a chat with newsmen on Sunday, April 16th in Abuja, the chief press secretary to INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyakami, said, while the Premium Times reserve the right to publish reports on various issues, it is a known fact that when a matter is before a court, no one, including a media organization, should comment on it. It is for this reason that I cannot comment on it, he further stated. Lagos Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. The Lagos State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal on Monday ordered substituted service of the petition challenging the outcome of the March 18th governorship election in the state on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The panel gave the order while ruling on ex parte application filed by the Labour Party's governorship candidate in the state, Mr. Wadebo Rose Vivo. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on March 20th declared Sanwo-Olu as the winner of the election after he polled 762,134 votes to defeat Rose Vivo and 12 other candidates in the election. Labour Party candidate garnered 329 votes, while his People Democratic Party (PDP) counterpart, Abdul Aziz Adediran, got 62,449 votes. Rose Vivo later challenged the outcome of the election over alleged widespread irregularities. In a motion with number EPT LAG GOV 04-2023, moved by his counsel, Mr. Olabade Benson, the Labour Party candidate, informed the tribunal that Sanwo-Olu evaded the service of the petition on him by the court's bailiff. He alleged that the governor refused to collect the document from the bailiff when the court official got to his office to serve him. The petitioner urged the tribunal to grant him leave to serve the petition and other processes on the governor and his deputy through substituted means by posting the same via DHL courier services or any other recognized courier service company to the respondent's official residence at Lagos House Marina. Now we move over to the foreign scene. 2 arrested, setting up Chinese secret police station in New York. U.S. law enforcement officials arrested 2 New York residents for allegedly operating a Chinese secret police station in Manhattan, Chinatown, part of a crackdown on Beijing's case of conspiring to act as agents of China's government without informing U.S. authorities and obstruction of justice. They are expected to appear in Brooklyn Federal Court later on Monday. The charges come as the Department of Justice ramps up probes into what is called transnational repression by U.S. adversaries such as China and Iran to intimidate political opponents living in the United States. We cannot and will not tolerate the Chinese government's persecution of pro-democracy activists who have sought refuge in this country. Brian Peace, the top federal prosecutor in Brooklyn, told reporters. Also on Monday, prosecutors unveiled charges against 34 Chinese officials for allegedly operating a troll farm and harassing dissidents online, including by disrupting their meetings on U.S. technology platforms. They also added 8 Chinese government officials as defendants in a case announced in 2020 charging a former China-based executive of Zoom Video Communications Incorporation with disrupting video meetings commemorating the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. Monday's charges came after FBI Director Christopher Wray told a U.S. Senate committee in November that he was very concerned about the presence of such stations in U.S. cities. Prosecutors previously charged more than a dozen Chinese nationals and others with waging surveillance and harassment campaigns against dissidents living in the United States, including by trying to forcibly repatriate people whom China considers fugitives. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Soludo gives 2 million naira to Anambra couple with quintuplets. Reps 5-year compulsory service for doctors bill discriminatory. Naira redesign. Anambra residents decry sudden disappearance of new 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes. INEC reacts to reports claiming results from IRF portal shows P2B defeated Bola Tinubu in Rivers State. Lagos Tribunal orders substituted service of election petition on Sanwo-Olu. 2 arrested, setting up Chinese secret police station in New York. Here is a public service announcement on a missing person. Okoye Chibuzo Jessie, Mrs., aged 70. She is fair in complexion. She wore oxblood gown with green wrapper, dark blue and red combination with white hair tie. Underneath the hair tie, her hair is shaved. She hails from Nnogidi village, Agolo. She left Omonya, a prayer ground, on Thursday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. She has problem with memory. Okoye, Patrick, one day, it's 1-638-755-31 or 090-40-31-9433. You just listened to news update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Shuku Ekezie. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebona at 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Janti n'ọkwa dị oke mkpa ezinụlọ late David Nwankwo Ibeziakọ nke uru ekwuru na famili Amawa Ogbunike na-eme ka ọhaneze marụ na ana ha dị na ụmụọbadika Umuzu uru ekwuru na Amawa village Ogbunike abụla na na-ele onye ọbụla na-akpa nkata ọbụla maka igo ya bụ ana malụkwa na ọbado n'aka ndị ndufu maka ya bụ ana abụla na na-ele ndị binyere aka n'ọkwa Ọdịbo Ibeziakọ, Apostle Okundu Ibeziakọ, Senator Ibeziakọ na aha ezinụlọ.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifeanyi Shuku, aka Mecca.
And this is Bechuku Agaze Zubigazi, your friend on radio.
From Monday to Friday, from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
On the morning drive.
Your word. Let me tell the bomb. Let's get this. Let's get it. Let me tell the bomb. It's not.
Kenda proteins ikusi kobo pasachi wande iti ya nyama kena boko ye chapode ikano ya como wato iso title iso makamda ko no we
na mwana chimu so ke people na so to ko wa so dan mo le ko te pa wo ye si pela ye ye kuna na so do ye kuna kana kwa meyo na se na jene just sala just no pe pa leta e bata na ke mama lita wa ya ke wa lita o ta pro si pa ni ka ya ho si ko pa ni ke you know what's up, bro. We're all telling me the bomb. Let's get it. If you go, every day. So you ain't talking bees, and what are they trying to cheese? But your mom must be. Also, you have the Champions League. You to pay for the is nothing. And if I want to open it to the bees, any bees I get, and the mother bees, the Puja best producer, Saudi. That's your bad. I love bees. I love bubble bees. Yagi, the leaf. I back at every dogo, every day.